Howdy everyone, Pete Daddy here. Today in FIFA we had a lot of new content drop for Rulebreakers Team 2, but the one I am most excited about is this Rulebreakers Akinfenwa. It's the one that makes you just get your muscles out. It makes you puff out your chest. And luckily there are two different ways to complete this Akinfenwa. The first one's not really listed, but I'll let you know how to do it. Number one, you have to do 100 push-ups in less than a minute. Number two, you have to bench press 600 pounds. And number three, you have to run through a solid brick wall, just like Akinfenwa could. However, if you're not able to do those things, luckily we can do a few things in game to do that. So I wanted to go over the quickest, the fastest, the best way to get this completed, to get this monster into your team. But before we do, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe down below. I would really appreciate it. So this Rulebreakers Akinfenwa has 4 different parts. The first one is called Loving Liverpool. And this one you have to play 3 games with at least 1 Liverpool player in your starting squad in the live FUT Friendly no boundaries. And I would recommend, if you don't already have one of the Liverpool players in your team, like if you already have Mane or Salah or Firmino, one of those, that's great. But if you need a cheaper one, look at someone like Diogo Jota. He's very usable. Even Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain would be one. Even Origi's not a bad card by any means, and all of those are in those even bin 700 to 2,000 coin range. So definitely one of those will be very, very playable for you. The next one is heading up. Score a header in 2 separate matches in the live FUT Friendly no boundaries. So this one, you are going to have to get a header. Headers aren't the worst thing to score this year, but I would try to trade goals with my opponent. That's what I would try to do, just because, you can bang in headers, no problem this year, but it's still not reliable. You just kind of have to float in. I've had the best success with kind of a floated header. I mean, if you have someone making that run to the back post, they can certainly bang in a header. And I also believe corners will count for this. Now, when you need to score from a cross, corners don't count, but I believe when you need to score a header and you score a direct corner with a header, which definitely happens, that does count as a header. So you should be able to do that, but the easiest way, just message your opponent or try to trade goals with back and forth with each one. So these first 2, you do have to play at least 3 games, and we're going to go over another thing. We can maybe bonus this with another objective. So the first one, you have to play 3 games. This one requires at least 2 matches, so we're talking about playing a minimum of 3 games so far to get Akinfenwa. The next one is Championship Class, and this is score 3 goals using Championship players in the FUT Friendly no boundaries. Now, the one I would recommend the most, he has went up just a little bit, but is still very cheap, is Ismail Assar. He has 92, I've got him up over here, 94 pace, so he's going to be able to run by people. That's the one I would recommend, even if you need to bring him off the bench. If you've got a pacey player that you bring in as a sub, he's still going to have all that pace, going to be able to run by people. And this one has no game requirement. So if you are trading goals, like we talked about here, if you could trade goals with someone, make sure you just bang in those 3 goals with that championship player. This one's done and over with. You don't have to think about it again. It's not in 3 separate games. It's just 3 goals. So if you're trading goals with someone, you don't even need to worry about it. You could have a silver or a bronze championship player. It doesn't matter. But if you're trying to actually play the game, then I would recommend Ismail Assar, and we'll take a look at some of these guys on the transfer market. The last one does have a win condition, and this is called Unleash the Beast. And that is score in 2 separate wins using players with minimum 81 physical in the live FUT Friendly no boundaries. So I've got an idea on 3 different cards that I think would be able to bang in goals for you that would really work. The first one is Lautaro Martinez. He is over 81 physical, goes for about 4,000 coins. We'll look up all these guys in just a minute, make sure we're see how much they cost, what they're going to go for. The second one is Raul Jimenez from Wolves, another nice striker to bang in goals for you that is also over 81 physical. And the number 3 one is Iñaki Williams. So if you completed that Iñaki Williams SVC, or just his gold card is over 81 physical. So we are talking a minimum of 3 games that you have to play, with you having to win at least 2 of those. However, one thing I want you guys to be aware of, as you see here, this is in the live FUT Friendly no boundaries. And if we scroll down a little bit more, you can see we also have a separate no boundaries category. Now, this one you would have to push a little bit further. So you say you played your 3 matches to get Akinfenwa, you won all 3. If you come here and look, if you win 2 more matches in that live FUT Friendly, and you've probably already scored 12 goals and assisted 10, then you will also get a premium goal players pack and a 2 rare goal players pack. So that may be worth it if you're having success in the no boundaries. And again, remember, these are FUT friendly, so if you go in, if you give up a goal in the first minute, it's not feeling good, it's not playing well, just leave. It's not going to hurt anything. You just need to win 5 matches, and then you can get another premium goal players pack. So this is a nice way to combine them. So you can do your Akinfenwa in the no boundaries, and then you just need to do a little bit more to also get a premium goal players pack and a 2 rare goal players pack from this. But let's take a look at some of the cards I was suggesting. I just want to make sure that, let you know the prices that we are looking at, good prices. The first one was Ismaila Sarr, which I want to take a look at them, where Watford was relegated. So let's just see what he's going for. He was going for basically discard earlier. He has went up a little, but still. Yeah, there's one for 1,500. Maybe I should have just bought that one. I maybe could have sold it. Let's just check 2,000 coins at this stage of the game is nothing. Tons of them out there for 2,000 coins if you want to play with him. And you can see there that 94 pace, beautiful, beautiful pace, solid dribbling, decent enough shooting. His passing is a little bit poor, but what you need is him to bang in a couple goals. That pace is just going to set him apart. So this is the card I would recommend for a championship level card to score goals for you. And then for the 81 physical, which there aren't a ton of strikers, in a cheap range that will do that. So let's take a look at Lautaro first and foremost. He may be, you'd maybe have to link him in a little bit. You can also look through your club. I'm sure you've got several CM, CDM type of players that would have this. But if you want a striker type that can bang in some goals, let's just see. Lautaro, it's crazy how cheap some of these cards are now. So I saw one with a Hunter for about 4,000. Even, tons of them out there in this. I saw a 3,600 with no takers. So there's a lot of cheap Lautaro Martinez's, and you can see his physical there is 82. So this Lautaro Martinez would do really well for banging in goals for you. If you go that Diogo Jota route, like I mentioned, for having a Liverpool player, you may want to keep it Premier League just for links. And then we have Raul Jimenez, who also is great at banging in goals, also going to be in that 3,000 coin range. And again, 84s for this amount of coins. It's not going to stay like this forever. They will rise at some point in time. Maybe it'll be when we get Icon SBCs. I don't know, but you can see there, 3,600 with no takers. And he has 83 physical, so he is over that as well. And then another one that's going to be a pace monster. Another one you could bring in as a sub if you want to, and Yaki Williams. And we should be able to get him, less than 2,000 coins, and just tons of them out here for that. But you can see that again, like Sarr is going to have that 94 pace. Even here, 12. Let me buy that. Can I buy that one for 1,000? Got this one for 1,000 coins. I'm sure I can sell them or do something. I don't know if I have them in my team or not, but sometimes you just want to take advantage of those options when they're there. I'll just go ahead and store Iñaki in my team. I may go ahead and use them. I may go ahead and sell them, but for getting him for 1,000 coins, I'm fine with that. Great super sub. Great just to help us get that physical goal. So works out perfectly with that. We also got a couple of other things. I'll just mention these briefly. We do have a couple other objectives. There's lots of objectives to complete, and then I'll show how to enter the FUT Friendly. We got this Moyer League League player that it requires a lot of stuff to be able to do this one, and you have to do it in a live FUT Friendly. But this one is not showing any expiration that I have seen, so it looks like it's going to be there. Last year we had these cards in the milestones group. Now it looks like they're just going to be under objectives. So this may be one we grind towards at some point in time. I'll also have to double check to see if there is an expiration in the managerial masterpiece. And I don't know, I don't know if they're going to put all of the league players in there. So what I'm curious about, say that next week they release a Premier League player. Will that also be a managerial masterpiece? Could you work towards some of them at the same time? I don't know. We'll have to think about that a little bit. The Moyer is fine. It's not a bad card by any means, but, I'm not dying to just run out there and complete it. The other one we have is this Keen Team of the Week. This is the 3rd silver team of the week they've had from Objectives. I would recommend completing these because it seems like they're putting a lot of emphasis on silver cards. And we have the Silver Beast back. So if you can get that Keen, you can use his Team of the Week version, or if you have that Vidra, and I don't remember who the one was last week that was a Silver Team of the Week, but I don't think I ended up completing him. But you can go and complete this. So you can take one of your Silver Team of the Weeks, like that Keen, like that Vidra, score 10 goals with a Silver Team of the Week player in squad battles, assist 8 goals, win 5 matches, score 3 goals, and you get a rare mega pack. So that is a really nice pack. We have a lot of nice stuff today, so definitely recommend that. We're going to have a lot to work on, but let's just go into the live FUT friendlies. What you need to do if you want to play, you just go to play, you go to friendlies, and I've had a lot of questions when I've done these in the past. You cannot do the live FUT friendlies against your friends. You have to actually play that against whoever you match up with. But again, remember, these are friendly, so if you need to do something. Oh, and also, that's another thing I want to mention, that we do not have a lot of time on Akinfenwa. You know, you've got to do him pretty quickly, so just keep that in mind as well. The managerial masterpiece, so it does look like there may be some time limit on it because it's only there for 41 days. I did not see any limit on the Moyade when he was out there, but it does look like we've got 41 days to complete that one. And so let's see. So no bronze players in this classic match. You need so max 77 team rating with no bronze players, and you can only have 3 silver. So you can't have I'm sure you could find a way to get Neymar and Mbappe into your team for the Ligue 1 stuff, but if you can afford them in the first place. But you're not going to be able to bronze bench and really lower your rating down. But for the no boundaries, there's no rules, but you need 5 leagues. So you're going to have at least 5 leagues to go into the no boundaries one. But anyways, boys, I just wanted to go over how to complete the Akinfenwa, his card. It looks like a lot of fun. You got to have some fun in the game. That's what it's all about. Akinfenwa is all about fun, all about energy, all about good vibes. So anyways, boys, I'm going to wrap it up for now. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, check the description, join my Discord, follow me on Twitter, all that good stuff. But I'll see you guys soon. Bye.